Hi, I'm Jenny. I live in Brooklyn, New York. I work full-time as an account manager in a fashion company, and I'm currently establishing myself and branding my own graphic design business as well. So before tidying, my home was pretty much a disaster. I had so many items that I just carried with me from each move. I've had a few apartments in New York, so every time I moved, I didn't sort through anything and just brought everything with me. Everything started piling up. I had books on books, clothes on clothes, and my main problem areas were just about everywhere. During that time, I felt a little bit of helplessness in a way. I accumulated so many items that I didn't even want to start the process or think about looking through everything I owned. It almost made me feel a little anxious to be surrounded by so many things that I didn't even know I had anymore. And yeah, it was just an overwhelming feeling of too much stuff. My vision for my overall lifestyle after tidying was I really wanted every item I had in my home to have a place. I really wanted to make my room, especially, which is my sanctuary, to feel more peaceful and not have everything out in the open. So I wanted to only keep the items that I really cared about and loved and treasured around with me and get rid of all of the excess and clutter. So before tidying, I had started a lot of, I would say, side hustles. I really wanted to develop my graphic design business, and in doing so, my desk space was a little crowded. It was hard to get into. So one of my goals at the end of tidying was to have a really nice open desk experience and to be able to invite more flow into my work. I had a friend who was starting the process, and she was just basically telling me that she was feeling lighter, more organized, and that the process was already helping her in just a few sessions, and I also wanted the same. My tidying process was a little challenging at first. I would say seeing all of my clothing and books on my bed piled high was a little overwhelming for me, but I think it was just a clear indication that this was something that I needed to do to improve my life. And each session it got easier. It just kept telling me to keep going, and each time I felt a little more lighter and clearer. So my home looks so much better after tidying. Everything had a place. All of my books were also color-coded, and I love that. I love the visuals of walking into my room and really loving my space. I felt more at peace. My closet is very small, so it was better for me because I now had less clothing and clutter all around. I felt definitely a sense of relief. It was nice to know that I only had things in my home that I needed and I cared about. I felt more inspired, I would say, to continue my other side businesses, and I felt a sense of peace, which is very essential for me after a long day. So after the tidying process, I definitely think about my purchases more. I don't just buy things because I want it. I think about if I need it and if it's something that would improve my life. I'm definitely more fiscally responsible. I would say I spend a lot less, time and money buying things that I don't need, and it's definitely helped improve my life. And as well as mental clarity, I would say that I don't feel as linked to things or tied to materialistic items than I used to before. I would say life-changing magic. Most definitely my vision came through. I feel more peaceful in my home, which was one of my main objectives, and I definitely think about my purchases more, so I would say that I'm very satisfied with the tidying process, and I would refer it to anyone.